G'day, I'm Ash Dowden from Challa Station. You're on the Farm Learning channel, and have you ever seen one of these before? I'm going to show you how it works. What you're looking at here is what we refer to as the big combo race, the big combination race, because you have a loading race, drafting gate setup, the crush, a scales bay, and part of a race. And the reason we actually had this built was because we've got lots of trap yards all over the station, you know, many trap yards. Instead of replicating and having to have a loading race built, a crush transported in, you know, drafting gates built into every trap yard, we had this built, and this is transported quite easily between trap yards. So the 28 trap yards that we've got, it can be shifted around between those trap yards, and you only need one set of everything. So let me take you through from go to woe, and I'll show you how it works. Originally, these legs are just truck trailer legs off a semi-trailer. Originally we had the manual cranking ones, which is all well and good until you get to my age and my physical capability starting to wane. So what we did is we imported some K-hitch electric trailer legs out of the US. There's a little panel on the roof, comes down here into what's your charge controller and your battery, and then basically this is a little starter motor with a little control box unit goes onto a standard leg, and you can actually make your legs go up and down electronically. Legs down and legs up. Obviously when you set this up, this bar here is removable, and don't forget to put it back in when you jack your machine up when you're finished, because otherwise only this leg goes down and not that one, and that's very embarrassing. The Warwick crush that we're using is a drover, and the reason I prefer the Warwick drover crush is because it's a double parallel squeeze capabilities. Now obviously we're on the wrong side of the crush, everything's operated from the other side, and I can demonstrate that when we set the actual big race up in one of the trap yards. We set these up with micro switches so that when they're jacked all the way up, they turn themselves off and you can't damage your motor. Anyway, job's done. We'll see you out there. I guess people would question why we would need such a big race, especially an investment of around $50,000 all in one unit. But because we have so many trap yards, if we were to replicate this every yard, the crush and the loading race alone is probably in excess of $25,000, and you would need one of them at least in every single trap yard. So by having it all set up together on a portable race, it allows us to shift between trap yards, and with 20 odd trap yards, it's a big investment, but a very worthwhile one, because the cost of setting up what's on the back of this truck and trailer now at every yard would be almost cost prohibitive. And time-wise alone, for us to drive this in, if there's two of us working together or three of us working together, we back this into the yards, and within 15 minutes we're ready to start processing cattle. Once you finish processing cattle, another 15 minutes and it's all packed up and ready to shift to the next set of yards. And that alone is a big time saving thing. If you're got to use portable panels to set up your race or anything like that, it's someone's got to carry and set up those panels, and it is a huge savings in time when you look at having to maybe even cart a crush around manually on the back of a truck and lift it off with a high-ab and set it up in every yard. It's a huge time saving having it all on this big race. Like most station people out in this part of the world, the most efficient way to trap cattle, or to handle and process our cattle, is via trap yards. So the way we've done it is that all the expensive infrastructure is built on the back of the trailer, and our yards are a little bit different, so we can slot our big trailer race into these yards. So I'll just take you for a bit of a walk around and show you how our yards work. What we've done is we bought Chinese or panels direct out of China by the sea container, so 400 panels in a sea container, and that way we can get them extremely cheaply. And we've just concreted in on every second or third join, we've concreted in a drill rod, and then the yards are just cob and co twitched with heavy wire to that drill rod. So if a big scrub bull gets in here and doesn't want to be in here and decides he's going to leave and he wrecks a panel, we just cut the wires, swap it out, put another one in. It's not worth trying to fix them or anything like that. They're disposable. So these are our in spears. The cattle have got a drink. They train very easily on these. These are individual finger spears. They got to come in for a drink. They push their way through. They drink. Very cheap and nasty way of stabilising the ground around your trough is just to lay some conveyor belt on the ground. We've got access to plenty of that being in a mining area. Cattle drink, and then we make them exit the yard through the force yard. So you'll see up here they get trained that that's the way out. That's how they escape from being in this yard, is to go through the force and out through a second set of spears, which I'll show you now. So this is our secondary yard. They get very used to coming in through here. There's a slam shut on that gate. There's also another gate here with a slam shut on it, which didn't work. Needs a bit of adjustment, I think. But yeah, so that's basically your force there. The big race gets backed in onto those spears. Those spears are hinged, so they slide away, and you back your big race up to there. And because the cattle are so familiar with going through the yards, they're very, very easy. This set of spears is hinged on that side there. And what you need, all you need to do, undo a couple of shackles, and this whole set of spears, hopefully, will hinge out of the road. So when we're ready, we will back our big race into that area, and you'll see exactly how that is done. Now, this little feature here, if I'm here by myself, backing this big race in, that's my bump stop for the wheels, and I back the wheels on the side of that big race right into the centre of that, bump up against it, and that's my distance of where I've got to stop, so I don't actually back into and damage anything else. Okay, so we're backed in. Now the first thing we've got to do, put the legs down and pull the truck out. So, got power on there, press that button till the lights flash, and put our legs down. So just jack it down a bit more, take a bit of weight off the truck, and then we pull the lever, and hopefully I drive forward and it comes off. Okay, so the next step is that we need to jack these legs down, lift the wheels off the ground, and then there's one big bolt right here and a safety chain there that I have to undo the safety chain, take this one big bolt out, and then we can slide the wheels out. Okay, so now we've got the big race sitting on the ground. The front is ready for loading cattle. The little truck wouldn't be there. The big cattle crate, stock truck, would back up. And what we're going to do is we're going to swing these gates out. If I can get it to open. And you've also got a personnel gate, spring loaded. Cattle are on this side, can't push through. There's your drafting gates, draft three ways onto the truck, this way, that way. And we're ready to spread those gates on the back end and start running cattle through. We're now on the working side of the crush and race. We have to swing this gate out. Chain that open. Once again, we have another personal access gate on this side, spring loaded. What we've got to do is get our working gear out of the crush. This is for all our processing gear, tags, etc. On the wrong side of it. Working height bench. Boss lady also likes to have 2 drums in front. She works in that area there, stands between there and taking records, etc, etc. What we're going to do, what you do first is normally the cattle are in this pen behind us where the trough is, because we pushed them all back there to put our big race in. Now we're going to open up this gate for working. Doesn't have to be open, it can be closed, but if you're drafting 3 ways, this gate gets chained onto here, and then it gives you a 3-way draft off the front of the crush. You got ones go, the sale cattle will go straight up onto the truck. The keeper cows and calves will all go out to that side. There'll be still hay and feed out there. And if we need to draft a 3rd way, like a couple of strangers or neighbours or something like that, we can bring them back to this side. And because safety is so important to our operation, by backing the big race in here, now off this yard fence, what we've created is a safe working area. So this area in here is where the majority of the people will be working, other than those loading cattle into the back pen. Everyone else is protected, so you've got a fence behind your back in a safe working area. And this basically right here is where it all happens. No cows here today, but there is this strange looking bull that I've got to work with. Okay, we've got him in the first yard, maybe. Okay, now because the cattle have been circulating through these yards, and that's been the out gate, the out spears that they've gone out for the last 11 months, Grumpy the bull here, he's already looking to go. So I shut this gate behind him. Get into my safe work area. And quickly, before he backs out, get a slide gate behind him. So first of all, we've got him on the scales bay. There's no scales in here at the moment, but every animal would be wanded. So the ear tag can be scanned, and the scales head reader hangs on the fence over there, and they would be weighed. Once they've been scanned and weighed, we move them through into the crush, where we generally head bale them. So got him in the head bale, and here's the opportune time to not only put an earmark in him, but to put a green ring on him too. But unfortunately, we've got to let him go. So I'm going to open the draft gate and let him out the front of the crush. And what a fantastic grumpy bull he was. So pack up is exactly opposite of setup, but it takes me 15 minutes to set this up. I can process a full yard of cattle, 15 minutes to pack it up, and we're gone on the road. And if you like this product and you want to find out more about it, get on to Sean Graham at DSY Engineering. Fantastic steel fabricators. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to see more, hit the like and subscribe button, otherwise he's going to get grumpy.